A sewing machine is a power tool, and sewing is no different than any other form of construction. You take material, you cut it into pieces that are appropriate for what you're making, you reattach those pieces, and that's construction. Whether you're building a house, whether you're building a garment, or whether you're building a dog collar, that's construction. You can go into any of the big box stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever you have in your city or your town, and you can find almost any tool that you can imagine that could help you do any form of construction you can think of. They'll sell you tools that'll help you drywall, that'll help you paint, that'll help you woodwork. They'll sell you tools for metalworking, plumbing, electrical needs. They'll sell you a curtain, but they won't sell you the means to make that curtain. I've always found that kind of weird. Why is that? Why do we consider the sewing machine to be an appliance? It's not. It's a power tool. And as a power tool, just like any power tool, you can use it for a whole host of reasons. Sure, you can make or alter clothing if that's your thing, but you can also use a sewing machine to make sails for boats, to make rucksacks, to make dog collars, to modify shoes. You could get a special sewing machine and sew leather. A well-built sewing machine will last 50 years. You can go to a thrift store right now. I bet there's one sitting on a shelf somewhere, $25 and it's yours. You add a little bit of oil, you change the belts, chances are that thing's gonna work. There's not a lot of power tools you can buy today that you can say that about. So for that reason, there's really no excuse to not try. It's smaller than a miter saw. If you buy a used one at a thrift store, it'll be cheaper than most tools you'll buy. Figure out how to thread the top thread, figure out how to wind a bobbin, which you can do because there's online manuals for almost every sewing machine ever made, and go to town. See what you can make. Halloween ain't gonna dress itself. They say sewing is a dying art. I just don't think it has to be that way. There's no reason for that. These things were marketed to consumers for 100 years. If every consumer in the last 100 years was able to figure out how to use a sewing machine, you can too. It's a little harder than other tools, granted, for sure. But once you get used to it, it's just something you do. You can do this. I think the only thing keeping you from doing it is you. But I'm telling you, you can do it. So what do you guys think? Is a sewing machine a power tool? Have I got it right? Is sewing another form of construction? Have I got that right? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I want to hear what you have to say. But for now, I'll sign off. Take care, stay safe, have fun with your DIY projects, and I'll see you next Saturday.